Well, speaking of tech, you told me off air about a couple of things that caught your eye this week, tech related.
Well, I saw something, and I just sort of we often talk about things like the future and how things have evolved and stuff like that. And this is something that you can buy very soon if you're in China. That is not in the UK or anywhere else. But Xiaomi, which is a Chinese manufacturer, make a lot of different tech, have released an OLED transparent television. And basically, what's transparent about it is it's like a pane of glass that you can see through. So if you had it in front of the window, you could see through it, and it wouldn't look like anything was there.
Hmm.
But then when you turn the TV on, it then is a TV, and it fills
Yeah.
the screen as any other TV would. And there are some pictures when you sort of see the demonstrations of it, and they actually demonstrate video with transparent background, so it looks like in the pictures like a butterfly floating on the screen and moving around, but nothing else. So it
Right.
looks really cool. It's a 55-inch TV, so it's a decent enough size. But I just see it's mind blowing
It
seeing
is mind
something
blowing
like that.
because I like things like that because it kind of makes makes your room feel bigger probably as well,
Mm,
where it doesn't feel like it's cluttering up an area in your house or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
I know you've got your TV mounted to the wall, which I would love to do with mine, but I've just got too many other things connected to it, and I'm sure I could if I wanted to, but it just wouldn't work for me
yeah.
in my current home. But even what you've done in yours must create a lot more space. But imagine then
Mm,
not actually being even able to see that, because
yeah,
it's still a distraction when you see something huge pinned to the wall.
yeah.
So if you couldn't see it, oh, I'm intrigued to know, and you've seen the article about it. Is what about the wires? Could you not
Well,
just see? Could you just see some wires hanging down the wall? What are them
that's it.
wires for?
The compromise with it is because they've done a clear screen. Is like some of the thinner TVs you can get now. It's got a substantial sort of box at the bottom,
Right,
which it
a bit
looks
like
at
what
it.
Samsung do.
Yeah, but this one is attached to it, so they got all the wizardry as such inside of it. But I was watching a video about this because I think LG make. I don't know whether LG make the panels or LG. Yeah, actually, it is. This particular one is based on LG's transparent display. Um, what they said is a lot of the display is because you have a backlight. So
Right.
in normal TVs, you have to have a certain amount of stuff to create the backlight.
Hmm.
Whereas with this, whatever technology it is, I think it's the OLED aspect of it. It generates its
It's organic.
own sort of backlight.
Yeah.
It's the compromise is it looks really cool and it's transparent, but you lose a lot of the color definition apparently. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be as good as a brand like an equivalent TV, like a normal one.
Yeah.
Um, it just depends whether you want a a clear TV or not, really.
I mean, I've got an OLED, and the light back lighting on that is the pitch quality is just another level. But then I
Yeah,
just went from a normal HD television up to a 4K OLED, and that's I guess it's like going from a Mini to a Ferrari. I guess it's
well, even having bought a new monitor recently and sort of having a 1080p IPS monitor from this year compared to my old monitor, which is I think that was from 2011, still 1080p. Like the color balance on it is just worlds apart.
mm,
You see them on the new monitor and think, oh right, that's what that color is. But then you see them in comparison. It's sort of it's got a bit of a tint to it. It's the only way I describe
yeah.
it. It's just not quite right.
But
Um,
you got the thing is that because they're always developing new technology. Like we've you and I have got new TVs, and like you say, you've got a new monitor, and up to date
yeah,
phones and things like that. They're always going to be kind of 2 years ahead, probably
yeah,
in the factories making the newer stuff, or
yeah,
in the testing labs and all that, where something's going to come out in a year or two that's just going to blow what we've got out of the water, and it's hard to keep
Exactly.
up with it really. So you just need to have something that you know you're going to benefit. I mean, my last TV I must have had for like 8 to 9 years.
Mm.
So I hope that this one isn't. I hope that technology is not going to go on so fast that my one that I've recently got is then going to be substandard for whatever's coming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think the good thing is it always means that, or not always means, but now we're at the point where the base level of sort of technology is so good. You know,
Mm.
you're not compromised. No, it's not like you going from a CRT TV to
Yeah,
a 4K OLED. It's not that sort of different. It's you look at even that my old monitor. I'd use it in a dual screen setup now, so I've still got my old monitor. Looking at it, it still looks great, but
yeah,
in comparison, you think, oh. But I love that with this transparent thing. Just a note on the cost. The prohibitive thing again, like you said, it's brand new technology. It'll cost you around $7,000 for a 55-inch TV,
wow,
which I mean, the equivalent you could buy for easily less than $1,000, probably,
yeah,
couldn't you?
yeah,
But what I was thinking, looking at the transparent thing, imagine if they start making phones with that
yeah,
technology. So
yeah.
you're getting sort of bezel-less all the time and sort of things like that. Imagine if it just had sort of like a little block at the bottom and the rest of it was transparent or something like that.
I'd
That'd look,
lose it.
that'd look nuts, wouldn't it? Well, yeah, you would lose it or stand on it or something like that, wouldn't you?
Where did I put my phone? I
Yeah.
can't see it. You'd have to have some sort of like whistle or whatever so it goes a solid colour or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah,
it'd be amazing for things like Pokemon Go and stuff like that,
mm.
wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh
If
yeah.
it just the augmented reality stuff, you would imagine the things were in the room.
Mm. That'd be yeah, it would be incredible. But again, it could be where a lot of things go. And
Mm.
while we're on the subject of new technology, and you mentioned Pokemon there, so it kind of is a nice transition into this week's